Hey guys, thanks for clicking on another quick tips video by PaulyBones Tabletop Miniatures. In this video, we're going to be talking about, I'm going to be showing you how to make dried swamp bases. I'm in the middle of rebasing my zombies for my AOS death army, and I'm going for this theme. I like it. I think it's a little bit creepy, so if you want to have a base that looks like this, then you need to watch this video because I will show you a few quick steps on how to make your base look awesome using some of these techniques. Keep watching. Okay, today we're gonna make or paint dried swamp bases for these minis. We're gonna go step by step. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use US Field Drab by Vallejo. I've already painted these zombies, but I'm rebasing them because I've changed the scheme over for my death army for AOS. So all I'm gonna do is keep on, or just gonna give these guys a base color of the US Field Drab on their base. I've already torn apart and ripped out the old texture that I had, which was like a sand texture. It looked okay, but like I said, I'm just changing the theme. And that's the first step. Alright, so once your base color on the base is finished, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use Argillian Earth, which is a texture paint. And what this does, once it dries, gives it like that cracked texture. So all you're doing is you're going over your base paint. Now the reason why I put a base paint underneath of this is because when it cracks, you'll see what's underneath of it, right? And you don't want the black base unless you do. It's up to you. But when you're putting this on, you don't make it thin. You want to make it a little thicker. I mean, you'll feel the texture, like not an eighth of an inch, but like maybe 2 millimeters if you want to go that way. But we're just layering it on thick enough, but not super thick. You want something to crack, right? But that's good enough. That's all you need to do. And I usually let these guys sit for a while till they dry. Once they dry, we'll take it to the next step. Alright, home fries. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to add some Armageddon dust. So now that this is all dry, you can see we've got some cracks around it. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the areas where there wasn't that many cracks shown, and this will give the effect of the risen ground, or the higher ground, I guess, where there was no puddle when there was puddles. Raised surface. And like I said, we're not going to put this on everything. We're just going to pick a couple of spots, and this will be easier for dry brushing because it'll show nice. That's all we're going to do on these guys, and like I said, it'll give the effect of, you know, the lower part of the base is where there was a puddle in the past, and the higher part of the base is where there wasn't a puddle, basically. Okay. Alright, see you guys in the next step. Alright, so the next step, after this is all dried, is we're going to be doing a wash of Agreth Earthshade. Boom. And this will give all the cracks and recesses some more definition. But this is not the last step, my friends. No, it doesn't look quite swampy yet, does it? That was stupid. Anyways, so very simple step. Okay. So after the wash has dried, we're going to do a dry brush of Iraqi sand, and this will help bring up some of the raised areas and define the cracks as well. It's not going to look much as a swampy area just as yet, but will help make that distinction after we've done the last wash. So this is just to give it that dried look and show everyone the cracks. Alright, so after we're done this, we'll do a different dry brush. Okay, now that we've done the dry brushing of the Iraqi sand, we're going to do a little bit of dry brushing of deck tan from Vallejo, and we're only going to hit the raised areas, right? The bumpy stuff, just so it looks more protruding, gives it more of that dry look. So for instance, this one here, I'm just doing it a little bit on the back and a little bit on the front, and it helps show once we put the next wash on. Okay, so once we've done the that dry brush, we're gonna put in some little tufts of grass. You don't have to do this. I ripped these off the old base I did, so there's a little bit of stone attached to them, but that'll be hidden once I put the wash. So you're gonna find a nice flat area, and I use plastic glue, it still sticks. You put a little puddle, and then if your fingers are fat like mine, you can grab some tweezers, and you can just take this and just plop it on, and I'll just take my utility knife, give it a push down, and then once that dries, we can go over around it too, around the edges of it with the wash that we're going to do next. Okay, now that we've let the grass tufts dry, what we're going to do, use this guy, 'cause it's the one that I didn't put a grass tuft on. We're going to wash it with Thonian Camel Shade. And this is what's going to give it its swampish type of look, dried swampish, I should say. And all we're going to do is going to take some of this, I'm going to wash everything with it. And it'll give everything that greenish, mossy, swampish type of look. And get around the grass as well. You can see, like I was saying, parts that we've dry brushed lighter will show more prominent as well. Alright. Okay. Now that we're done with the top of the base, we are going to just clean it up on the sides, and we're going to use Vallejo black paint for this, and we're just going to be cleaning it up. You can do this whatever color you want, but I always do my miniatures bases, the edge of it, in black anyways. For me, I think it just cleans it up, makes each individual model look more like an individual in my mind. It's like a game piece, right? That's the way I think of it anyways. Plus, when you kind of mix armies, like you want your armies to all have the same scheme for your base, but just in case there's that time where you're like, you know what, these guys are now friends and they're gonna fight with each other, the black kind of still keeps everything similar with having a unique top. And that's it, folks. And then after this, just give it a spray of varnish, matte coat, and that's it. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that video. I definitely had a lot of fun making it. These are your bases right here. You watched all the steps, so if you want to continue doing this, just follow those steps and you'll have some pretty cool bases. Anyways, thanks for watching another PaulyBones Tabletop Miniatures quick tip video. That was a mouthful. And keep on clicking and watching. I got better stuff, more stuff coming. So hit that like, subscribe, and you'll get those feeds coming in. Thanks, guys. And which way should I do the fireball this time? Let's do it up. Fireball out.